what's good, YouTube? We got another Patrick C with the secret truth behind Hasbulla's success. He's not who you think he is. Who do we think he is? Who is Hasbulla? How is he getting this fame he got? Everybody love him. He's famous on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, YouTube. I don't know. Everybody loves this little guy. But let's get into the video. Hit that sub button.
Hasbulla is a 20-year-old, 3'3" internet sensation that seemingly rose to superstardom overnight. His hilarious viral videos have gotten him famous all over the world. Today, he has over 8 million followers on Instagram and just secured a massive contract with the UFC. Hasbulla is humble, but he is no fool. He knew exactly the right people he needed to become friends with to accelerate to the next level of fame. He left some old friends in the dust and made new friends in high places. There has been a lot of suspicion surrounding his fame, coming from a tiny village in Russia to meetings with royalty. How exactly did Hasbulla do it? Well, the secret behind his success is crazier than we thought. Hasbulla, who also goes by Hasbeek, was born in the small village of Akusha, Russia, which is inside the Republic of Dagestan. You probably have heard of Dagestan because it is the home of the UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov. Mixed martial arts has a huge part of Hasbulla's story, but we'll get to that. At some point, Hasbeek moved to the largest city in Dagestan, Makhachkala. Although the reason for the move is unknown, it's possible he moved there to get access to better medical facilities to learn more information about his illness. Hasbulla has the facial features and body structure of a toddler, despite him being 20 years of age. It's likely caused by him being born with a growth hormone deficiency, where the brain's pituitary gland can't produce the necessary hormones for a growing human. However, technically, his condition is undiagnosed. Hasbulla said that doctors told him they did not know specifically what is wrong with him. Very little is known about Hasbulla's upbringing. No, it's not because I'm a lazy researcher, but if you understand more about his culture, the lack of information makes a lot of sense. Firstly, Dagestan as a whole is known for being a very poor republic of Russia. It's possible that his family had limited access to technology, computers, and smartphones growing up, so he wasn't uploading YouTube videos in 2008 like me. He did go to Islamic school for 4 years before he dropped out. He did not like the way his teachers treated him, and because of his condition, classmates were not always the nicest. Despite abandoning school, he still spent most of his days practicing his religion and spending time with the family. But that's pretty much all we know about his upbringing. As Americans, we often have this expectation that humans have to live this spectacular life. We have to travel, experience different cultures and lifestyles, have lofty goals, make a lot of money, and constantly chase this. It is true, hey bro. Most people don't understand that, like, everybody ain't the same as how you is, and everybody is not raised how you're raised. Everybody don't live how you're living. You could go somewhere else and somebody is living a completely different lifestyle than you. You could go next door, your neighbor is living a completely different lifestyle than you. You never know. You gotta get out and see the world. Cause hey, some people, they never seen their own backyard, and by that I mean they never seen downtown. Nigga, get out the house, go see the world. Don't be stuck in your neighborhood all day. Get out the crib, my friend. Better life that is sold to us on a daily basis. Many people from Dagestan and all over the world live almost the opposite. They have a job to help their community, they spend a lot of time practicing their religion, they spend a lot of time with family, and usually practice a sport, which for many Dagestanians, their sport of choice is wrestling, which has led to producing some of the most dangerous fighters in the world. Their region may be poor in terms of GDP and other economic factors, however their culture is rich, and their people are admirable. Their life is valued by their relationships with others and their dedication to God. Hasbulla says he never planned to be famous. It just kind of happened. It all started in June of 2020 when he posted a TikTok video of him eating his favorite fruit, strawberries.
Hold on, wait, that one video got him
This
viral?
simple TikTok changed Hasbulla's life. The video went super viral on the Russian side of TikTok. People were saying he's cute, saying he looks somewhere between 6 and 40 years old, and questioning his condition. The mystery of Hasbulla began. Hasbulla continued to upload videos of him eating strawberries and saying this phrase.
I can't
which
blame
translates
Hasbulla,
to
man.
Strawberries are bomb, to be honest.
Strawberries
This phrase was
bomb.
turned into a
Strawberries
TikTok
is my
meme.
top 5 fruit. I love strawberries.
клубника бомба, честно говоря.
Just a couple of weeks later, the virality caught the attention of Mohammad Murtazaliyev, owner of The Chef Cooks YouTube channel. Mohammad owns a restaurant called M Tokyo in Dagestan and invited Hasbulla to try some food and do an interview. This was the first time the internet got to learn a little bit about him. The video got well over 2 million views, and from there, Hasbulla realized he could start to finally profit from his condition. He started charging about 25,000 rubles, or $300 for a video collaboration. The next video, they made a chocolate fondue fountain, dipped strawberries and bananas, and did a taste test. The audience could not get enough of Hasbulla, so they continued to collaborate on food reviews and other Hasbulla lifestyle content for the next couple of months. Hasbulla was also contacted by Cubic, a children's department store in Mahachkala, to do a commercial. At the end of the commercial, he used his iconic catchphrase, but instead of strawberries are bomb, he said Cubic is bomb. Within a month, Hasbulla raised his rate to 100,000 rubles, or $1,200, and realized he could make an actual living from social media. He focused on growing his Instagram and TikTok following by reposting clips of the content he made with Muhammad. These clips would make the rounds on Russian social media algorithms. He was even featured on the news in Dagestan, where the hosts reacted to his viral videos. In just a couple of months, Hasbulla was a rising star in Dagestan. However, one man was about to take his fame to a whole new level. In late 2020, Hasbulla was discovered by a much larger Russian YouTuber, Azkab Tamev. Tamev is known as the Chechen Hulk because of his massive neck and body build. He is from the Republic of Chechnya, which is about 100 miles away from Mahachkala. Tamev was a mixed martial artist growing up and would make vlogs of his fitness journey and training sessions, each of them generating millions of views. He only had one professional fight in which he won, but he got so popular on YouTube through his fighting lifestyle videos that he became a Chechnyan star. Tamev saw the potential in Hasbulla, so he paid him for a video collaboration. The video was basically just a vlog where Tamev and his fans got to know Hasbulla, but there was one pivotal moment that changed everything. Basically, Tamev asked Hasbulla if he wants to hit the gym. He says, "You're weak, right?" Then Hasbulla says, "No, I'm not," and punches him in the face. Tamev taunts him a little more and they have a laugh while Hasbulla throws some more hands. They left the restaurant and hit the gym. Hasbulla strapped on the boxing gloves and struck fear into the souls of anyone who dared to test him. The clips of Hasbulla fighting were beloved by the community. How could you not laugh at a tiny man punching someone with all his might, but it does zero damage? Tamev asked Hasbulla if he would like to fight anyone, and he said yes, but there is no opponent for him since he is so small. At that moment, a light bulb went off in Tamev's head. He started planning something that would change both of their lives forever. Hasbulla became a regular guest on Tamev's channel, as well as other Dagestani YouTubers. He was a cheat code for millions of views.
He gave Hasbulla the cheat code, low-key. I can't say that. And a lot of stuff, even the Mike Tyson interview, he was with, they was together.
Hasbulla had already accumulated 500,000 followers on Instagram by the end of 2020 before anyone in the Western world knew about him, but the comments kept begging to see Hasbulla fight, and Tamev had the perfect opponent. On January 20th, 2021, a video that now has 11 million views was uploaded announcing a fight between Hasbulla and Abdu Rozik. Abdu is a 19-year-old singer from Tajikistan who appears to have the same genetic condition as Hasbulla, making him the perfect opponent. This video was their first press conference, where they are shouting at each other through a TV screen stating how they were going to knock each other out. Tamev also became Hasbulla's manager at this point. He was using his network to help Hasbulla get more business and obviously sponsorship money. For all of 2021, Tamev's most viewed videos were the ones that Hasbulla was in, which peaked when he finally got Hasbulla and Abdu in the same room together in May. This video has 19 million views and millions of views on other social medias. This was the very first time the United States got introduced to Hasbulla. Since none of the videos had captions, Americans just saw two tiny humans that looked like toddlers screaming at each other and ready to rip their heads off.
Иди сюда. Я тебя с радостью оставил. Иди сюда, приходи, давай.
Tamev let everyone know that this
I like
fight
how
was
both of
indeed
them with all the
scheduled,
smoke,
and they
man.
planned on making it a legit televised bout. The ridiculousness of these two tiny men getting in the ring together was enough to keep people waiting. Their social media accounts were skyrocketing. This was about to be bigger than McGregor vs. Habib. The fight was being hyped up a lot by
Hey, do
Tamev.
y'all
He
feel
was
like
posting
Conor
his training
McGregor can
clips.
really
Meanwhile,
fight?
Hasbulla
I don't know.
was super viral in the USA.
I feel like he
and
can
a lot
fight
of
a little bit,
followers.
but
Some of his most famous videos were the
it
ones
might
where
be
he
a
was
little hype
imitating
train,
Habib.
for
His
real.
USA audience still didn't know who Hasbeek was, so they gave him the nickname Mini Habib. It's tough to know how serious this fight was at this point. In the back of everyone's minds, they thought it had to be just a big joke. Hasbulla became a mastermind of social media at this point, fully understanding what types of things people wanted to see from him,
Hasbulla is
entertaining
big on-
millions
he
with
is
his antics.
big in the
However,
TikTok
behind the
world,
scenes,
man.
things were not so good between Tamev and Hasbulla. Close friends of Hasbeek were saying that Tamev was taking advantage of him
I
and
was
mocking
wondering,
him
was he
publicly.
taking
On
advantage
top of
of
that,
him?
Hasbulla was demanding more money,
I can
which
see
at
that.
this point Tamev was paying him 100,000 rubles per video.
Мне говорит, Тамай, у тебя мало деньги платить.
Hasbeek said he was not being paid enough by Tamev, and because of the disagreement, they would no
Hasbeek
longer be
said,
working
"We about to
together."
put your
Tamev
business
made a
on
response
front
video
street,
where he
my
told
brother.
his side of the story. Tamev says that Hasbulla wanted 300,000 rubles, or $3,700 per video. He also
don't
said that the
blame
people
him. You
around
using my
Hasbulla are
clout.
truly the ones who are deceiving him and taking advantage of him. A divide started to occur. Some viewers were saying Hasbulla was greedy, that he is ungrateful for all that Tamev did for him, and that Tamev is the one who made him so popular. Hasbulla supporters
see
said
that
the
too,
exact
though.
opposite, that most of Tamev's popularity came from Hasbeek being featured on the channel, and that he
I can see
deserved the
both
money he
sides, bro.
demanded since Tamev could easily afford it. From here, it made a lot of people wonder if Hasbulla was being taken advantage of. After all, he is extremely vulnerable to abuse and mistreatment due to his size.
Yeah.
Luckily, Hasbulla didn't even need his famous friend Tamev anymore, because he made a new super famous friend, Habib Nurmagomedov. Habib and his men took Hasbeek under their wing, and I believe this was the key relationship for Hasbulla to make friends in high places. Habib is Russian and
Oh, no,
UFC
that's the
royalty.
guy
He is the undefeated
who
champion
keeps
who has
saying
never
it
had a
like all the
controversy and is
interviews with
beloved
him.
by
I
the
had-
world. Habib doesn't co-sign or
it was
uplift
terrible.
anyone other than the people that are closest to him. With Habib's support and connections, Hasbulla was set for life. They brought Hasbulla to UFC 267 where Islam Makhachev defeated Dan Hooker, then celebrated with him in the ring. He even got into an altercation with Abdu Rozik while he was there. As far as Hasbeek's fight with Abdu, it was now October 2021 and nothing really progressed. Tamev posted screenshots of a private DM with Dana White where Dana said he was interested in making their bout official with the UFC. However, Hasbulla later confirmed that this was a fake DM. There was
Damn.
no contract, and this was just a troll from Tamev. Make sure you're drinking water.
Tamev
Hasbeek
still
just
trying
kept
to...
posting hilarious memes of himself.
Tamev,
People doubted that it was
man,
actually
man.
him running his own page, but it was. He knows that he is a meme. He knows that people love to see him act like a menace, and the more ridiculous, the better. He would jump on trending moments like a picture of him defeating Deontay Wilder, or he would just find himself making the perfect face that would fit the reaction of any weird thing you saw on Twitter.
I
His
can see
memes got
that.
the attention of Caleb Presley
He
from
did do
Barstool
an interview
Sports,
with,
who took his
Caleb
USA fame
Presley.
to new heights.
You ever seen the movie?
Huh?
Cars?
Америка не смотрю.
You too big for cartoons?
Потому что я взрослый уже.
I'm an adult. I like Cars, the movie.
А значит, у тебя мозги не взрослые.
Hasbulla strikes love and fear through me at the same. It's hard to put into words why Hasbulla is so loved. He is just packed with charisma and positivity in his tiny body. I think adults just naturally look at children and see bliss, naivety, and almost feel jealous of their youth. Hasbulla has that, but he's a fully
I can
grown
see
adult,
that.
even though some people, like Mike Tyson, treat him like a toddler.
Mike Tyson is respectable though. He don't like...
That clip is
Mike
hard
Tyson
to
gonna
watch.
show
If it
respect.
isn't obvious, Hasbulla hates being treated like a toddler. But him running around doing completely normal things like driving a car, laughing, smiling, running,
Hasbulla be
existing
driving?
are just interesting to us. He represents the innocence and joy we all had at one point. Plus, his life goals are very humble.
Открыть свой известный бизнес. И чтобы нормальные деньги зарабатывал.
Hasbulla got them rackets.
Тем людям, которые...
Hasbulla got them rackets.
Hasbeek did in fact start a
respect that.
booming
He giving
business.
back.
His popularity and affiliation with Habib landed him a 5-year contract with the UFC. Hasbulla leaned into the idea that he would be fighting, since that would get more attention. However, he says he doesn't like fighting. Despite him going viral for constantly
I can
hitting
see
and punching
that too.
people, that's just what they demand from him. Most people ask Hasbulla if he can hit them. He doesn't actually want to do it. We would later find out that he is just an ambassador for the UFC brand, so he will go to events and help promote, but he's not going to fight. How much he made from this deal is still unclear, but Dana White probably paid him more than he pays his fighters.
Hey, is Dana White
Conor McGregor
the
even
owner
chimed in
of
with how he feels
UFC?
about Hasbulla. He was pretty much the first person to ever say anything negative about him, which seemed incredibly out of pocket, but we wouldn't expect much different from the former champion and rival to Khabib. Plus, this allowed Hasbeek to engage in a hilarious ongoing beef with Conor for all of our entertainment. As far as other business ventures, we do know he has an NFT project, which we all know aren't technically scams, but they always seem to fall short of what they promise, as the world has no idea how NFTs are going to provide any real value to our lives. He also sells merchandise and gets paid for interviews and collaborations. I don't think Hasbulla is filthy rich by any means, but he's probably doing just fine. His travel expenses are paid by the people he organizes collaborations with, and he says a lot of the nice things he owns are actually gifts from other people, as gifting is very common amongst rich people in other cultures. His deal with the UFC also allowed the Nelk boys to secure an interview with him, because Hasbulla does not work with just anyone. Not because he's closed-minded, but because he doesn't really know who would be worth his time. For example, he didn't know nor care to meet Drake.
Кто папа пишет из них, я не слушаю музыку. Я только слова слушаю.
You've talked to Drake on Instagram, Hasbulla?
What are they messaging you?
Я не знаю, что.
What did Drake say to you on Instagram?
Ничто.
You left Drake on red?
Wow.
Hasbeek truly does not fancy
I
anyone.
respect
He looks
that
up to
though,
God,
because
and that's it, which
Hasbulla
makes him
not
even more special because
chasing-
people think
he
he's
not
this kid
chasing
in the
no
candy
clout,
store
no
just happy to be
fame.
chauffeured
He
around
just
the
being his
world, but he
regular
would be
self.
perfectly content in his small home in
just
Dagestan
enjoying
relaxing
what he
with his
doing.
family. He constantly says his whole purpose of making money
Entertaining
is
the
to give it
people.
away to others who are in need. His values are centered around his family and friends, but just like anyone else, if you are given the opportunity to travel the world, experience all these exciting adventures just because people want to talk to you, who wouldn't capitalize on that? The Nelk boys also allowed us to see the best side of Hasbulla. He showed them around his country and gave them an insight to who he really is. Then the Nelk boys invited him to the USA and gave him some incredible memories. These videos felt very personal. Of course, we got some iconic Hasbulla antics, but it felt like we were experiencing a deeper insight to his life that just made fans love him even more. But sadly, just when the world thought Hasbulla could do no wrong, he slipped up. And one video changed Hasbulla's reputation forever. Hasbeek decided to film himself disciplining his cat, which consisted of him tugging on its ear and hitting it on the top of the cat's head. One shot with a closed fist and one open hand slap. And the cat also looks like it's afraid of Hasbulla. The internet got set on fire. His comment sections are flooded with him being called an abuser, a terrible person, and that he doesn't deserve to have custody of his cat. Hasbeek responded with this video.
Ты это делаешь, ты не то делаешь. Муж, она фигню сказала, я чуть ухо потянула, и все. Я кошку очень сильнее люблю.
Where he says he lightly disciplined it and that he loves his cat more than anyone, and he thinks people are overreacting. A few days later, he's receiving so much hate from the internet that he said he is considering giving up his animal. Basically, everyone agrees that filming himself hitting the cat was definitely weird and totally unnecessary. But some people were making it seem like he was going to be on Netflix's Don't F with Cats Part 2. Cats are mostly gentle creatures who probably don't need to be disciplined, and even if they did, hitting them is not the solution. Because of this, Hasbulla found out that in the Western world and on social media, one mistake can define how the world sees you forever. Some people saw the video of the cat, and now they think he spends all of his free time abusing animals. He didn't apologize, and because he didn't apologize, and he just kind of told his side of the story, most people didn't accept it, and it kind of made it even worse for him. At the same time, Hasbulla likely doesn't care how the world sees him. He doesn't have the same values or morals that people in the Western world do. He likely doesn't fear being canceled, nor is he going to let the masses judge him. He has been attacked his whole life, and he knows at the end, God is the only one whose judgment matters. The real secret to Hasbulla's success is knowing that if he lost everything and had to live the rest of his life in the mountains of Dagestan with his family, he probably wouldn't care.
That's respect. That's respect. That is respect. See y'all on the next video.